worked on a farm, and all I've got to do is this muscle in my arm, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. My ma, she died when I was young. My daddy took to stealing, but he got hung. But it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. Snakes in the ocean, eels in the sea, let a red-headed woman make a fool out of me. And it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. I've been wandering early and late, from New York City till the Golden Gate, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. And it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. Thank you, everybody. There's a feeling of expansion in my chest. Put that up a little bit higher. That's better. There's a feeling of expansion in my chest, knowing that this day will be my best. A quiet voice that speaks above the rest, its spirit rising. There's a rumble in the earth beneath my feet, a knowing that I'm perfect and complete, a light in me that darkness can't defeat, its spirit rising. Untie the ties that bind you, let spirit unwind you, let the light remind you of who you are. Surrender to the feeling, spirit is revealing, and freedom has no ceiling. Yes, you'll go far. You'll go far. You'll go far. There's a tingle in the space around my heart, connection to this world that I'm a part, a joy that my new life's about to start, its spirit rising, rising, rising. Spirit rising in me, lifting me up and setting me free. Spirit rising in me, lifting me up and setting me free. Rising in me, lifting me up and setting me free. Spirit rising in me and lifting me up, setting me free. Spirit rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free.
God is in this place, and the sun is shining. How beautiful it is to come together, beloved presence of God. We are gathered. We are gathered to deepen our sense of our unity with all that is. We are gathered to raise our vision to something we have never known before. We're gathered to support and love one another, and we are here very much on purpose. God is in this place, and in this consciousness of love and acceptance and welcome and joy and infinite possibility, we begin rejoicing and giving thanks for all the blessings that are ours to experience and mostly to share with one another and out into the world itself. We are so grateful. God is good all the time. And accepting the truth of these words, we now release them to God's perfect law, rejoicing and giving thanks that it is so. You join me in saying, and so it is. Good afternoon. How do you love being here in the daytime? Yeah. This is beautiful. I am so grateful, and this is a beautiful new beginning for us. And the sun on the snow is gorgeous, and the light in your faces is even more beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, this is the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, originally in Paoli, and now here we are at this point in our mutual experience of moving right along in our spiritual evolution in Wayne, Pennsylvania. And how good it is to be with you. Thank you so much. Everyone is welcome if you're here in person, if you're going to be tuning in on any time beyond this, because you can always check this out again and tell your friends if you'd like what's happening here, that they can just go to cslphilly.org and replay anything that we have done. So we welcome everyone. This is a place where hearts are open, minds are open, and we rejoice being with one another, lifting each other in consciousness, celebrating life, and so we're grateful for that. We have spiritual tools that we use for any and all human experiences. And what a delight it is to learn these, to share them with each other, and to keep our vision lifted high, because this is the time, these are the times when we are lifting our vision high. We're remembering about the unity of all life and all of humankind. And we're rejoicing giving thanks that we have something wonderful to do, and we delight in doing it. So whether we're gathering on a Sunday afternoon or taking a class or coming to a social gathering, this is our beloved community. And you're the beloved communityers. So we do belong to a greater organization, as you know, and that's the Centers for Spiritual Living, based in Colorado and all over the world. We're so thankful that they are truly all over the world and growing in so many different countries. And we know that we have an opportunity to follow their particular mission and vision, and in fact, we know it quite well. So I'm going to ask that you say with me, what are we here for anyway? We are about awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And in this place of spiritual magnificence, each individualized expression of the beloved, which is you and me and all of us, each of us has our divine opportunity to see the world as God created it to be. And as we know, we can recreate it and co-create it so that we're using this power for good. And we also know that we're here for a very specific mission or vision, and that is we are here to co-create a world that works for everyone, or to a world that works for all. Right, we don't stop there with people. People are required. But the planet and all the animals and all the trees and the flowers and the lakes and the streams, they all are being blessed as well as we're looking at a new vision of life. So as I said, we have spiritual tools, and we use them for every imaginable human condition or challenge that may come up. So, thanks for being here. This is a wonderful, wonderful day and a beautiful place. And by the way, when we were coming in earlier to get things set up, it was such a delight to be kind of mingling with the UCC people as they were leaving. And they all came up. So many came up to us and said, "Oh, you're the church that's going to follow the church." And they're so welcoming. And it's a wonderful partnership. So thanks for being a part of that partnership. And so I would like to invite Reverend Mike Gertis, your assistant minister, to come and share with us a couple of the principles, the Declaration of Principles that Ernest Holmes wrote many years ago, about 100, when he was asked what it is we believe. Would you care to show a couple of them, please? Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. Those two statements are a wow, aren't they? It helps us identify who we are. And we're part of God expressing a greater idea of itself. We're here to show a good time for God. So it has to do with getting ourselves out of the way, listening, and doing what's in front of us to do, knowing that whatever we choose, there's a power that supports us in expressing that love as we allow it to use us. And so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We have a song you all know. And so Ray's going to lead us in My Soul is Welcome Here. I'd ask if you stand if you care to.
Just want to say to all of you, some of you may have come in late. The first song I did was called Wandering. And when Maxine and I get together to work out the songs, they're all very deliberate. It's not just throw a song in. And that song, Wandering, really referenced what we've been doing. You know, we've been wandering, have a litany of things we've wandered to, like Siddharth, you know, but now we're in the right place at the right time, right? I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. And I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yes, my soul is welcome here.
Done. How beautiful. Thank you. Okay. I would like to have a little chat with the kids. We used to call it wee wisdom, then they grow up. It's teen wisdom. So 2 of you are here right now, and some of you might be tuning at home right now. When I was a little girl, from 0 to almost 10, we lived in Los Angeles. And we'll talk about more about that after a bit, because we have our work to do there. Right across a wide sidewalk, it seemed really wide, probably not that wide now, but we lived right across from the library. Do you know how much time I spent in the library? Every moment that I could. I'll bet you have done this too, from the time you were little, right? Yeah, it just fed me. It feeds us, doesn't it? We get to go to new worlds that we've never seen before and probably never will in many cases. But it lights up the imagination. It gives us information and inspiration. I love libraries. And in fact, when I was in college, I loved just wandering through the stacks. Another thing that happens when we're reading and expanding our awareness is that we learn things as we do the rest of our lives. We're always learning, always growing. And you have learned from the time you were in Fun Day School, you have learned that God lives within and all around you. And I'm grateful that I learned that as a very young girl myself. I learned that God was not far off somewhere, but a very loving, powerful presence that's within us all, and that we were created from that divine life. We are beautiful expressions of that precious life of God itself. That's a really good thing to get some information about. So we learned that spirit is alive and real within us all and within everyone. And we also learned that there is a law, the law of God. Jesus taught it about the law of sowing and reaping. We're planting and we reap what we sow with our minds and our hearts and our good imaginations. So those are important things we learned from reading, from being in Fun Day School, from learning that wherever we are, that divine presence is right there. And wherever we are, that power for good that we get to set into motion by our thoughts and our words and our feelings is right there. And the law responds to it. And you're going to be hearing a little bit more about that as you're here with our whole beautiful group. So those of you who are listening at home, come next Sunday. I'd like to invite Suzanne Smethers to come up and speak to us about announcements. She is a wonderful member of our Board of Trustees.
Thank you. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's great to be here on a Sunday. Today, we're having our community visioning right here in Fellowship Hall from 2:30 to 4:30. We hope that you will stay to gather here in person, or if you would like to watch via Zoom, please sign up on our website to get the Zoom link. We also have a save the date for Saturday, February 1st for UCCBF's event. Free seed swap. Very cool. Our friends here would love to have you come and join them between 1 and 4 p.m. on Saturday, February 1st, for Master Gardeners will be here to present their offer and their wisdom about seeds. Today, our new Sunday afternoon meeting times, and there's one exception, so pay attention here. On Sunday, February 2nd, we will not be meeting on Sunday. We will meet on Thursday, January 30th, and record our celebration to be aired on February 2nd. Look for a notice on our special social gathering after the celebration on Sunday, February 9th. And then there will be a full moon ceremony tomorrow, Monday, at Diane Wilson's house in Collegeville. Register for all of our events at www.cslphilly.org. And we also have the January and February Science of Mind magazines on sale in the lobby. Please see Linda. Thank you.
And even if you've not registered for the visioning session this afternoon, you are most welcome to come. And there's going to be a lot of good food, too. Sometimes that's what it takes to draw people in, right? We're going to eat. Okay, thank you.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, and everything I've ever seen, and everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Let's take a deep, holy breath of life together and feel that prana, the chi, the breath of life itself, moving through us, settling us down into that loving place, that center of peace and infinite love. Allow it to fill us, mind, body, spirit, so that as we leave the events of the world and come completely into the heart of our hearts, we're able to rest, to feel the deep serenity, to feel the arms of the divine enfolding us. And continue that holy breath, allowing it to become a pathway to our hearts. And there we rest. And there we remember. And here we allow the fulfillment of divine life to be our experience. Within our hearts, there is infinite love for our hearts, are being held very tenderly in the great heart of God. And in this place of peace and infinite love, we fill up and overflow with God's divine presence. It cannot remain within us only, for it is filling us to overflowing. And how sweet it is to allow this infinite love to flow out from our very hearts, touching and blessing and lifting up all sentient beings. Love is the only reality in this universe. It underlies all expressions of life. It is solid. It is real. It is ours. And how lovely it is to experience it and to share it generously. Let it wash over the world. Let it bring harmony where there is chaos. Let it bring unity where there is division. And let us feel the deep, deep peace of God, persisting regardless of any appearance. Peace persists. And let us also feel secure in the divine embrace and picture this world also safely in the arms of the divine, guided to what is each of ours to do. Serenely walking through this world, allowing whatever changes need to take place to occur organically, serenely, and powerfully. This world is a beautiful expression of the life of God itself. Let us keep our vision lifted to peace, to love, to security, to infinite wisdom, as we remember that all, on the deepest level, all is well. All is well, truly, truly, all is well.
Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul.
Now I'd like to call up our practitioner of the day, Joe Lurquin.
Thank you, Reverend Maxine. That was wonderful. Welcome to today's celebration. My name is Joe Lurquin, and I am a professional licensed practitioner with the Greater Philadelphia Centers for Spiritual Living. I would like to read the following from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, page 17. Today, I accept the gift of divine life and love that God has eternally given to me and to everyone. With deep gratitude and childlike simplicity, I enter into the joy and peace that come from the realization of divine guidance. For I know that love guides my thoughts, even as it guards my life and action. I know that the eternal presence is really embracing everything. In this presence, I sincerely and confidently rest, placing all my hope and aspiration in its loving care. In this love, I embrace the world and affirm that peace shall come on earth and goodwill will exist among people everywhere. I also realize that I belong to the universe in which I live, and it belongs to me. It is the gift of God. I am unified with everyone I will meet, and they with me, for we are all manifestations of the one presence, gratefully acknowledging and gladly receiving the benediction from heaven. I live and love and accept life in its fullness. I relax and let a power greater than myself work for me, in me, and through me. I'll state this treatment in the first person and invite you to take it for yourself. This is what I know. I know that I am one. I am one with the one God that is the good that exists everywhere. I know that this is the truth, and this is who I truly am, for I am one with the one. I know that everything around me is possible. Anything is possible, for the one is also source, law, and everything. I know this is the truth. And I respond and grow daily with this knowledge, knowing that it is within me and God is always with me, always deep inside, so that I can look internally whenever I have a problem or a concern that I think is a problem, is not truly a problem. It is something that just needs to be handled and to be taken into and looked at and then decided what is to be done. For I know that I have the freedom to think for myself and make my own decisions, knowing that I am one, but I always have the guidance, I always have the good, I always have God with me. And I'm so very grateful for this knowing and this knowledge, for being able to rely on the one that is always there. And I release this knowing it is already complete, it is already done, as we say together, and so it is. And now I'd like to read today's affirmation. As divine life expresses through me, I am inspired and guided to use its power for good.
Breathe on me, breath of God. Breathe on me. Breathe on me, breath of God. Breathe on me. I come alive, I'm alive when you breathe on me. I come alive, I'm alive when you breathe on me. Awake, awake, awake my soul. God help me know my soul. Awake, awake, awake my soul. God lift and hold me. Speak to me, I will listen. Speak to me. Speak to me, I will listen. Please speak to me. I come alive, I'm alive when you speak to me. I come alive, I'm alive when you speak to me. Awake, awake, awake my soul. God help me know my soul. Awake, awake, awake my soul. God lift and hold me. Lift and hold me. Awake my soul. wake my soul.
Head church. Oh, we've been loving this theme for the year 2025, which is deeper understanding, greater aliveness. That's how it works. And for the month of January, we've been focusing on a firm foundation, because this is when I get to do my Science of Mind text thumping. This is the basics. Typically, many of our centers review the 4 introductory chapters in the Science of Mind, which really clearly spells out what our teaching is basically all about. And last week, we were dealing with this great ground of being, or as philosophers have asked over the centuries, what is the thing itself, really? That's something that has been a quest for centuries. And Aldous Huxley referred to it as the ground of being. We refer to it as the infinite mind and heart of God, that which is everywhere present, that which brought each of us into being, and that with which we are the co-creators. So we really focused last week about the everywhere present, the omnipresence, the all-knowingness, the omniscience, the omnipotence, the all-powerful presence that is everywhere and is right where we are. We can't be outside of God's life. We forget occasionally. Anybody here ever forget occasionally? Just a little bit. Then we come right back. So today we're focusing on that second introductory chapter, and we're calling it, because it's the truth, you are necessary. You and I are the conduits through which this infinite mind and heart of God expresses. And as Reverend Mike said earlier, we're really here to give God a good time. We're here to be the individualizations of love and wisdom, to enhance our own lives, the lives of our loved ones and family and community, and ultimately the life of the world itself. That may seem like a big order, but it's what we're here to do, and we have the capability of doing it. So this great universal presence that we spoke about last week is the ground of being. And in Revelation, we read, "Hallelujah, for the Lord our God, the Almighty reigns." And Almighty means all-powerful. This is something you and I get to remember when things aren't looking so good out there in the world. That the all-powerful, infinite presence of God is greater than that. Underlying is the harmony, underlying all of the events that seem chaotic or frightening. And so returning our focus, our attention to that beautiful truth is what makes a difference. And we are making a difference in our lives and in the greater community and in the world itself. Now, this idea about the omnipotence of God is real. But we must realize that it doesn't mean that God intervenes in wars or fires. It's not the old Deo ex machina that was used by the ancient Greek playwrights, where things are really looking bad, and the wars are just not going to end, and so one of the gods is brought into the play and makes everything right. That doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen. First of all, God doesn't see it. We need to continue learning to look through that divine vision, to what a couple of my students years ago decided were God goggles. No matter how dismal the situation is, no matter how challenged the person may be, God sees wholeness. God is wholeness, cannot see in any other way. We have the choice to make because we were given, freedom the freedom of thought, the freedom of choice. So we have sometimes, and when I say we, I mean the whole humankind, have used this beautiful law of mind that God gave to us in some very ignorant and ultimately hurtful and terrible ways. So it's not that you and I, sitting right here in this beautiful sanctuary, are actively causing harm to the world. It's that this human race conscious mind has within it the collection of all the thought, all the feelings, all the experiences of humanity. And some are beautiful. There is the music and the poetry of the ages. And there's also some erroneous ideas. And often people become engaged in those instead of doing that deeper dive with our soul into seeing as God sees, into utilizing this beautiful law of mind in a healthy, magnanimous, life-affirming and enhancing way. Infinite intelligence is always at work. Say that with me. Infinite intelligence is always at work. And it specializes, this intelligence specializes itself in what we are addressing now. So today, we're focusing on our part in this magnificent universal life and its expression in us and through us. God's omnipotence has given us the power to use for good. And that's what we are all about. That's what you are all about. That's what we are all about in this beloved community. And we have a choice to direct our focus in whichever direction we decide. And we are very wise to direct that focus for good. And so, how does a misuse of this power happen? Only through ignorance. And ignorance does not mean stupidity. It means I don't know it yet. That's all. So we go to the library, we get our books, we study classes, and we finally begin to understand that this beautiful life presence, this power for good that's given to us so freely, is ours to use to make a positive difference. We can move from poverty to affluence. We can move from illness to health. We can move from loneliness to loving relationships. We can move from frustration to beautiful, creative expressions in our lives. There are so many wonderful things we can do with this. This is what we are about. We deepen our understanding. We strengthen our belief. We've been told in Scripture, all power is given to you in heaven and on earth. That's a big statement. And it's true. All the power is right where we are. All the power there ever was or will be is right here at this moment where we are. And a huge concept that many people in religious science of mind have been working toward for a long time is understanding that right where we are, all the power of God exists for us to be expressed individually. And as Ernest Holmes said, one in consciousness with God constitutes a complete majority. How can we feel small or left out or alone when we recognize that in consciousness, one in consciousness with God constitutes a complete majority? There's no other then. There's nothing to battle or fight out there. It's all beginning right here. It's the universal power of intelligence. And you and I are its outlets. You are necessary. Say, I am necessary. I am necessary. Doesn't that move us to a new place in consciousness? We're not left out or left over. We are necessary to this divine plan, and it's a beautiful one. Awaken thou that sleepest, we read later in the New Testament. We need to become aware that each of us is an individualized manifestation, emanation, expression of the living God. We're the microcosm in the macrocosm. That's a wonderful thing to realize. What is possible in the infinite is also potentially possible within you and within me. Spirit speaks and it is done. And Spirit says, ooh, that's good, right? God created this and said, that's good. We are doing the same thing. We speak from the consciousness of the divine. And when we speak from the consciousness of the divine, the law receives and produces our intention, our thought, our feeling, our experience. And it receives our vision, which is why I'm so thrilled we're going to do our visioning today. It'll be not only for your own individual purposes for the year, but for our beloved community. The law is always there, alive and willing and ready to receive our new intention, our beautiful vision. This is not magic. This is not manipulation. It's using the creative power how? Creatively, intelligently. Wasn't it Henry Kaiser who said, find a need and fill it? Well, we're finding needs and we're filling them with our consciousness. We're giving, by the way, both materially and spiritually to those in the Los Angeles area with the fires. And there are ways that we, very tangible ways we can help. And one of them is with AmeriCares. That's a good organization to go to if you want to help in that way. Another is to go to the Centers for Spiritual Living website, csl.org, and they have ways that are wonderful ways to contribute. And in the meantime, we don't need to wait for that. Those of us who are already contributing, we're grateful. But this is also an opportunity for all of us to come together in consciousness, to use our conscious awareness, this great power that is within us, to use it for good. As Jack Kornfield says, this is a time for love. When disasters come upon us, how do we respond? With generosity, steadfastness, and love. Love is the greatest power in the universe. We have a wonderful minister. Many of you may know him or know of him, Reverend David Alt. He started out as a musician and became a magnificent minister. And he was leading a journey to sacred places in Cambodia in 2004 when he discovered hungry children. And he and his group decided they were just moved to purchase all the food from 3 indigenous food street markets. It came to a total of about $80. And he realized he could do something sustainable for these children. And he vowed to make a difference in their lives. And every year, he has done more and more. And his group, it's called the Kaleidoscope. And the Kaleidoscope Foundation, now 5 years after that, he'd not only continued his good work, but he created non-governmental schools in small villages in Cambodia, as well as in India, and others are being established around the world. In that very first experience, David said, I realized that even I could do something to create sustainable support for these children who had nothing, a vow that would change my life. And when we are using our power for good, first and foremost in consciousness, lifting the people, blessing the situation, knowing that God sees in wholeness and we can do that too. We are often guided to do something physical as well. First and foremost is consciousness. We have that. And when we're together, when we're working together, we become a greater opening for the divine wisdom and infinite love to flow through us and create marvelous things. I'm going to read something that I never thought I would choose to read, not because of the content, it's wonderful, but because of the source. Okay, here's my holy confession. I am not a fan of AI. But this showed up, and who knew? Yeah, that's where it came from. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. Maybe I'll change my perception. It's called The Light Within. A spark ignites a gentle flame, a power to heal, a whispered name. In every heart a light resides, to mend the world where darkness hides. With open hands and selfless deeds, to plant the seeds where kindness breeds, a guiding star, a beacon bright, to shine through days and darkest night, the hand that lifts, a hand outstretched to helping grace, to lift the fallen from their place. A simple touch, a word so kind can change a life, a troubled mind. With empathy's embrace so warm, to weather storms, to face the storm, the norm, the storm, the power to uplift, to make it right, a beacon shining ever bright, the river of change, a flowing stream, a steady tide where hope and courage gently glide. With every drop a purpose strong to wash away the wrong so long, the power to transform, to start anew, to build a world where dreams come true. Let kindness be the current's flow, to nourish lives and let them grow, the voice of unity, a chorus raised, a voice so clear, to bridge the gaps, to quell the fear, with words of peace and love's embrace, to build a world where all find grace. The strength in numbers, a bond so true, to stand together, see us through, a symphony of hearts in tune, to heal the wounds beneath the moon, the seed of hope. In fertile ground, a seed is sown, a promise of life yet grown. With every act, a small beginning, to nurture change, to keep it winning, the power to inspire, to light the way. Let hope take root and blossom wide, a legacy of good to forever abide. First, we have a vision. First comes the vision. And then, as Thoreau says, if you have built a castle in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where it should be. Now build the foundations under them. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. And joyfully, this is the time of our offertory. Many of you give in so many other ways, but we also offer the basket because it's a beautiful way for us to share our bounty and to do it in such a beautiful physical way that we're experiencing the opening of our hearts and the joy of knowing that as we give generously to our beloved community, we receive it tenfold in return. So will you say with me the prosperity affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiply abundantly, and I am prospered. So it is. Thank you.
Blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. And all I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. And all I give. Blesses me abundantly.
Expand our beloved community and enhance the lives of all who give. And so it is. Thank you. Okay. Now, we're going to have a closing few words, and then a song you know and love. We're going to be doing it every celebration this month. And it happened to be written by a young lady who is, in Ray's absence next Sunday, is going to be here with Jeff, and they'll do the music for us together. Yes, they know, I told them. They said yes. Now I would like to invite ministers and practitioners to come on up here where we have our closing words, and then we're going to sing Thankful Hearts. And so we give thanks that as we go forward into our visioning and then into the rest of our day, that we are guided and guarded and sustained and lifted and nurtured and loved so completely that God is revealing itself to us in every moment. And so it is.
So it is.
Okay, you want to come down here? Now we invite you to stand. Wait a minute, don't do that. Stand up and hold each other's hands if you want to, because that's a good way to get together. All right, okay. Are you ready for this song that you know and love and have sung for many years? Yes. Okay. Are you going to come down or stay up, Ray?
I'm coming on down.
You're coming on down, okay.
Come on down.
Oh, good.
The price is right.
Thanks for your beautiful music today, Ray.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Pleasure doing this song too. I really enjoy this song.
Yeah.
With thankful hearts. Let me get my key. With
Make sure it's ours too.
With thankful hearts. Is that right? With thankful hearts, we end this time. With thankful hearts, we say goodbye. We show our love and share our home with each other. We're not alone. With thankful hearts, we end this time. With thankful hearts, we say goodbye. We show our love and we share our home with each other. We're not alone. With each other, we're not alone. With each other, we're not alone. We're not alone.